Welcome everybody to another episode of the 2 for 1 podcast. The pregame song for this episode is Super Gremlin by Kodak Black. We appreciate you guys for tuning in another episode. Round of applause for you. Round of applause for you, man. We here for another episode. This is episode 51, bro. But again, welcome to another episode of the 2 for 1 podcast. I am one of the two, Trevon Gross Jr. I'm joined by my dog, my brethren, my Canadian man, Denzell Taylor. Dog, what's going on with you?
What's going on, man? You know how I be. I'm good. I'm all right. Just chilling. We're supposed to be getting trying to stay warm. We're supposed to be getting 22 centimeters more.
For real?
Snow, yeah, it's getting wicked out there.
Man,
in Toronto.
we got hit with snow too, so I already know. I already know how that goes. You get you prepare, you get your snacks, you get the liquor, you get everything you need.
Yeah, I'm used to this, man.
I'm from the cold, man. Yeah, when you from up there, yeah, you ain't new to this, you true to this. I ain't mad at you, bro.
Right.
I ain't mad
what
at you.
What about you, man? Happy birthday, my man. Yeah, big 2-6 out here.
Big 2-6, man. Like,
wow. I see you.
It's crazy, dog. It's
on
crazy.
the other side of them 20s to get a little bit different, boy. I tell you.
Man. But you know what was really dope for me, bro? It's nice to kind of just know where everything is at. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's different if I'm 26 and I'm still figuring stuff out. Like, I'm still figuring out what I like to do, still figuring out stuff money wise. Like, obviously everything ain't necessarily where I want it to be, right? Like, cause it's by no means living a perfect life, but it's good to know, all right, it's just a matter of me working what I got and you know what I'm saying? Just making the best of it. So yeah, man, Deuce is finally on the other side of. So I you know what I mean, I ain't never been young for real. So I'm old, so I can lean into it a little more now. But yeah, bro.
How was the birthday, man? Everything good?
It was good, bro. Man, Shorty surprised me. Shorty coordinated with my parents and surprised me, bro. That junk was crazy. Man. Yeah, I gotta send you the video too, because my mom's recorded my reaction. But yeah, but nah, bro, it was cool, bro. It was real cool. Low key, I was able to take 2 naps on my birthday. Man, it was perfect. It was perfect. It was light. You know what I'm saying? Able to go to dinner, enjoy myself. Wasn't nothing much to it, bro. But I was happy. I was blessed. So thank you to everybody who, you know what I'm saying, reached out, said happy birthday. I really meant a lot, because I ain't used to all the attention and stuff like that. I'm used to, you know what I mean, laying low. But
it's all good, you know. It's on your day. You gotta soak it in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's all right to soak it in on your day. It's all right, Trey.
Absolutely. But you know what? I want to start off this episode by giving you some flowers, bro. Round of applause for you. Because you were right. You came on this podcast, I want to say, 2-3 episodes ago, and you said Andrew Wiggins is going to be an all-star.
Bro, all-star. Solidified all-star.
And I'll be honest, when you first said it, I didn't see it. I didn't think it was and that's not to say he wasn't playing well, but I just didn't think it was going to be him.
See, but for me, yeah, go ahead.
No, you were right. He got picked. Bro, for real. So
the thing with Wiggins is he's always been what you see this type of player now. In Minnesota, he's always averaged those points or been able to put on a show like that. But he's just in a different spotlight right now. And with that, it's encouraging. I'm gonna want to play defense or step in my defense. I'm gonna want to do a little bit more. But as far as Wiggins being this play, bro, I've been telling he's always been like this. He's not disinterested. He's not anything, bro. He's a certified hooper. He's a stop 3 and D, bro. He's everything now. He's out there putting it on for all of Canada. He made history. I think he's the 5th Canadian ever to be in the All-Star. The only one I know of is Steve Nash. Since the last one we had was Steve Nash. So this is big history. Not only him being an All-Star, but he's starting. For me, that's even bro, he's better. He's better than all these guys out here. He's one of them. Yeah. You know, he's always projected to be one of them. So just to see it finally come to fruition in the year, I don't know what year, it's probably 7 or 8, but bro.
Yeah, no, I have to agree with you, because, you know, so often, and we've talked about this before, where a lot of those guys that are, you know, highly touted and, you know, potentially the next so and gonna shake the league up, and, you know, they end up not even saying like they end up not doing well, but it's like they don't amount to what their potential or whatever all the analysts say. So I kind of do agree with you in the sense that it is cool to see Wiggins start to kind of walk in some of the stuff that at least when he was in high school, like everyone was like,
Yeah,
"Oh, nah, like Wiggins is he's gonna tear the league
they
up."
was calling him the Maple Jordan out here.
Yeah, no, they was they was really. I mean, what he was doing in high school though, like he like think whatever you want about Andrew Wiggins in this All Star selection. Andrew Wiggins in high school, oh my god,
Effortlessly, like
oh
he
my
does this
goodness,
in his sleep. Like
yeah,
I watched him for just it's so easy. Yeah,
yeah, no,
sure.
he was really a different animal in high school, but to see like him on the NBA level now really
Yeah,
start to take the next step where he like you said, it's not like he's just an all-star. He's a starter. You know what I'm
started.
saying? It's not like he's an all-star on some like, oh, such and such got hurt, so you just a sub. Like, nah, like you were voted in as a starter. So that's that part of it is dope to see for him. Because, I've I've been pretty critical
You
of Andrew
hated
Wiggins.
him. You talked bad about him, but
I
you
have.
apologized, so it's
I
all
did
good.
no look.
So you welcome over here. You welcome on the bandwagon. That's cool.
Yeah. But but one thing I thought was cool, like after it got announced, and I think the Warriors were playing they're playing the Nets, matter of fact, they're playing the Nets.
Yeah,
And you could see that he was playing with a different level of confidence out there.
different
Like,
swag out there, man.
yeah,
The
like that.
price went up. Like
Oh yeah. No. It's up. Like
yesterday's price ain't
it's up
today's price, man.
for sure. But
That's up.
it was cool to kind of see him kind of demand the ball a little bit and like kind of be like, nah, like this is my shot, this is my possession. Like,
Yeah.
that part of it was kind of cool to see. But I want to ask you though, you mentioned earlier how he's pretty much been doing this, right? He's been putting up these types of numbers even when he was in Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? Obviously now he's on the Warriors. What I want to word this right. When you think about the changing of locations, the changing of markets and stuff like that, why does that matter so much in terms of like a player success? Right? So like you said, he's been doing this in Minnesota. So why he wasn't named an all-star starter in Minnesota though? Like why what's
Uh,
the difference?
it all depends. It all matters, like the market and like the team. Like the team's winning. They're winning games. You're in Golden State. You're playing with people who want to motivate you. You're playing with the Draymond who's gonna get on your ass every day. You're playing with the Steph who, like, all these guys want the best out of you, and you're winning games, and you have the ultimate goal. Like when I'm in Minnesota, not putting saying him, but like me personally, if I was thinking about in Minnesota, you're not playing towards anything. You really don't have the OGs like that really inspiring you. Like you have like you're the top dog. You and Towns are the top dog or whatever it may be. Like I'm
Right.
still gonna come out here and play, but like when you're in a different market with coaches, the whole atmosphere, the whole fans, the whole
Mhm.
market is just different. And then you got the players to back that, and y'all are really good and have that objective. My 20 points a game in Minnesota to compare to my 20 points a game in Golden State are going to look completely different. I'm a little more happier, have a little bit more motivation.
Right.
I'm adding stuff to my game. I'm just trying to be a team player as long as still doing the things that I'm doing. So it's just an extra motivation there. Like different markets, different situations, different players can
Mhm.
change your whole game as far as going from one level to the next. And not like it's your whole game is changing, but just like your outlook, your motivation, how you feel. Like those little mental things can change like your perspective in a whole different way. It's just as far as your game, as far as being on the court, like you can see it. I'm having fun more. I'm not worried more. I'm just out there doing what I love.
Mhm.
So a different situation could bring like a lot of joy and a lot of light to everyone.
That's a very good point. And it's actually also funny too when you think about like that Minnesota team is a very unique situation because you look at, Zach Levine was on Minnesota. He leaves,
Mm.
goes to Chicago Bulls. You see what he's doing.
You see what happens.
Like, same thing, Wiggins, Minnesota,
See.
doing the same stuff, leaves, see what he's doing. Was Jimmy Butler right? Like, I think that I mean, we're here now, but like that's a conversation I've been thinking about for a while. Like, was he actually right?
Hey, what I will say is Jimmy Butler like was that guy as far as an OG to get on them, but maybe his just the way he did it was kind of like
Like, I mean,
like
the way he did was crazy, but like Was he even
He
right to,
he
like,
was
to
right.
even
He was right. He
was
was.
he?
He was right.
'Cause c
He was.
and I
I think
asked
so.
that but I asked that though because it's like, okay, if Wiggins, Levine, like, because Karl-Anthony Towns is balling. Like, I don't like,
Yeah.
people say he's soft, this, and third, but, like, Karl-Anthony Towns is absolutely a top 3 center in the league, like, for
Yeah.
sure.
He's
But that's not even for debate, right? So it's like and he's putting up great numbers. The things, at least from my memory, Jimmy Butler was saying that all y'all are lazy, don't none of y'all work hard, not like that. Like with these numbers,
mm.
is he like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is he right in actually saying that now?
I think personally, like in the position he was at that time where was in Minnesota, I think he had the right to say that. But like as I said, people grow, people evolve.
Yeah.
Like what Zach Levine was doing in Minnesota is not what he's doing now in Chicago. It's not his mental is in complete two different places. So it's not that Jimmy Butler was wrong or right. I think in the moment he's right, but overall, obviously he's wrong. But like in during that moment, I think he had all rights to say what he said. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
everyone grows, everyone evolves. Like Andrew
that's true.
Wiggins' mental is not the same as it was now. Like it's two completely different people. So
Yeah.
that aspect is like, oh my God, like Jimmy, look, look, look. But in that moment of time, I don't blame him.
Yeah, no, no,
My
no.
personal
Yeah,
feeling.
definitely. Yeah, that's a good point, especially at the time.
What about
But
you?
I,
You think he's
I
out of
think
here?
I think like I agree with you in the sense of like I think in that moment like he's right because it's like you see it real time. You're just like y'all lazy,
Yeah.
this and the third, blah blah blah. But his argument for doing things the way he did isn't looking as strong as it once did, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah, I
because
feel it. I
when
feel it.
all that Jimmy Butler stuff first came out about the Minnesota Timberwolves, like even as players, you're just like, I get it, I get it. But
Yeah.
when the same dudes that you're cussing out and doing this, that, and the third with go to a different team, and like you said, they grow and everything like that, but and they start, doing the things, and I'll even add that they're doing things that you're not doing. The argument doesn't it's not
Yeah,
like as strong of an
definitely
argument
as it was.
anymore.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of just like, like okay, you're right, but like maybe it was just a
Yeah.
blip. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not
Yeah.
as like,
Maybe it was
oh,
just
this
a
is
little
consistent. Like, this is why Minnesota don't be doing well. It's like, nah, maybe they should just give them a couple years. Like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, because
Coming there fresh off the bat, just like demanding and wanting or just scoping out like,
yeah,
bro, fam, you're not from here. You haven't been with us for the past 3, 4 years. Get out of here.
right. Because I mean, the deeper, darker this conversation is like, I feel like I don't know if Jimmy Butler deserves his Jimmy Buckets nickname anymore.
You
I
know what I'm saying?
just I haven't seen it since he's been with the Heat. He's been a guard version of PJ Tucker.
Hey, yo, you're disrespectful. Honestly,
I'm not
I
even saying
can't
that to
even
be
talk to
disrespectful, but I'm saying that in the sense of like he's just been like the perfect
role
system team
player.
player.
Yeah, for real. Like I haven't watched too many Miami games, but like what I do is check the box score, a lot of games. It's just like even when they do lose or even when they do win, it's like he's not that much of a factor. Like especially
That's what I'm saying. That's what I say when I say the
you
PJ
going
Tucker.
like
It's just
2 for
like,
8. It's like, bro, you're the main person. You're the guy that's supposed to be you shoot 8 shots a game. Like, come on.
but the thing is he even
Don't
the main
don't
guy
start that.
anymore? Though, like honestly, is he actually the main guy on that team anymore?
Yeah, he's the main guy on that team. I will say Kyle Lowry probably is like the engine, and then you have the counterparts. You have your Bam, you have your Tyler Hero, you have the shooter. I forgot his name. But you have those guys. But he's the okay. We're closing. All right, Jimmy.
But he
Like
but has he
I'm gonna give you the
shown
bullshit.
because I've watched a
He's
couple.
shown that.
I've
He's
seen a
shown that in
couple.
his previous work.
Well, yeah, in his previous work, but that's why with the Heat, it's so frustrating because it's like, yo, where's the Philly Jimmy Butler? Where's the Minnesota Jimmy Butler? Where it's
Yeah,
catch it on the mid post, turn up and face. Where's that? I haven't seen that. Like I will never forget. And I remember I was blowing your phone up. It was in the bubble when it was the finals, and it was like key
bro.
possessions where rather than normally we would see Jimmy Butler hit someone with a step back or basically out of a triple threat, get to a bucket and make a play. He goes for a handoff to like Tyler Hero.
Bro,
Like
they literally had to force him to go off. I forgot what game it was, maybe 4. Like the media literally forced him. Like, what's going on with Jimmy? Like until
Yeah.
that one game he just took over and went crazy. But
Yeah, like, but and so that's why, like I'm only saying the things that I'm saying about Jimmy in terms of like, does he still deserve the Jimmy buckets? Like, I'm only saying it because like I have a high level of respect for Jimmy Butler. Like, I
yeah,
really
that's one
do.
of what I'm
As
about to say.
as a worker, because Jimmy Butler, like, he's one of those dudes. He works. Like, you can say whatever you think about Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler works. So
Facts.
because I know he works, and because his previous body of work in terms of what he's done in the NBA, it's like confusing to me that he isn't, you know, and obviously, you adjust based on who you're playing with and stuff like that. It's confusing me that I'm not seeing him take some of the same shots. I'm not seeing him kind of dominate these games the same way.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
it's weird because it's like, yo, like, yeah, Bam's still young, Kyle Lowry solidified, but you are still the man on that team. Like, straight up. So even to your point, like, you should be taking 15 to 20 shots a game, not 8.
Yeah.
Like, it's
But
weird.
like I've seen him transition to that being his MO. I don't know why, but it's like
Yeah.
I've watched it and I'm like, okay, is something going on? Maybe it's her. Okay, maybe it's just, but nah, this is just him now. So I guess this is what we just have to
It's
take. Or
it's frustrating, I'll be
knowing
honest.
that Jimmy Butler, Jimmy Buckets is just Jimmy now.
Yeah. It's frustrating because I like his game a lot. Like, I like Jimmy Butler's game, but when he's in this, like, he's literally, like, the perfect Heat system team player right now.
Yeah,
Like, and it's like, "Bro, like, I wanna see you get to it. Like, force a play where you have to get the ball or something." Like,
hey,
I don't know. Maybe that's me as a fan coming out, but it's
yeah,
it's it's odd to me. Also,
bro.
shout
I
out to
will
Kyle
say,
Guy. Shout out to
yeah,
my old teammate Kyle Guy signing that
yeah,
second day, 10-day contract with the Miami Heat. That's major. That's major. That's how you get back on track. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about, but back to what we were talking about in terms of with Andrew Wiggins and stuff like that. Shout out to him. You really did
big
call it.
congrats.
Yeah,
Yeah,
congrats. But I
he
think
put
I
out
think
good
those
work.
types of stats in terms of like the fifth Canadian to be named, not like that. Those types of stats are really dope because like that's the type of stuff
Legendary,
that's just
bro.
bigger than basketball. Like,
It's
that's
bigger,
hard.
bro.
Yeah,
Nah,
that's really hard. But speaking of, we talked about you know how putting up the same numbers, but you change teams, and that kind of changes like everything for you. Um, Now that the trade deadline's coming up, there were some
mhm,
reports talking about how Bradley Beal is not necessarily open to a trade, but it's not like previous years where usually when Bradley Beal talks about a trade, he's like, I ain't going nowhere. I don't want to be traded.
yeah.
That whole thing. Um, Explain to me just where the current state of the NBA is in terms of like guys actually being able to stay one place their entire career.
Bro, like, I don't know. My opinion on that is like that time has gone and passed. Like, especially if you want to like win or
Hmm.
put accolades on your resume. Like, if you're in a good situation, if you're like a, I don't know, like a Kobe in our generation. Who else stayed? Like a Giannis got
Yeah,
out the mud.
Jan.
Those environments, cool. Like you have great teams, you have a good base, you have good player development. The freaking Warriors, perfect example. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You drafted all these guys, y'all came up together, boom, like y'all turned into a dynasty. Like for the odd people who don't get the opportunity, who are stuck like basically making the playoffs, barely making the playoffs, and just wasting your high years. Like me personally, it's just like, bro, just go. Like it's okay, especially in this league. Like literally,
Yeah.
LeBron paved the way for all you guys to switch, flip flop, and it to be okay. Like I'm not saying every other year try to chase the ring or try to go to a different team. Like that's not what I'm personally saying. But it's just like give yourself a chance. Like these elite players, like the Dame, like the Bradley Beal, who else? Like the I don't
Um,
know
there's a
who else he
couple.
had.
I mean, I think Joel Embiid isn't gonna go anywhere. Um,
Like those two particularly, like they really haven't made that. Like we want to see you guys in the playoffs. Like we want to see
yeah,
you
and we
with your
deserve to
record.
see them in the playoffs.
We
I would go as
deserve to
far to
see
say we
you.
deserve to see it.
We deserve to see you at that high level. You know what I'm saying? So it's for
Mhm.
me, it's like you have to prioritize your wants and needs. I know like the money is cool, or you sticking to one team, it looks amazing. It looks cool, but it's just like, okay, do you want to pursue more? Do you want to try to get the accolades? Do you want to try to compete for the championship? Do you want to try to compete for the records in the playoffs, or actually really put yourself in a situation where it's like, okay, no matter what happens here, I tried my best. Like I tried to get the ring. I tried to do whatever because at the end of the day, this is basketball. Like we want to compete at the highest level. We want to get all the accolades. At least that's my perspective of basketball. Obviously, you have the money. So
Yeah.
for me, it's just like people say one thing, but then they want another. So it's just like those players specifically. It's like, bro, give yourself a chance. Like especially
Bro.
in Washington, let's keep it real. You're not. Y'all are never
Well,
winning a
let
championship
me
in the
offer some
regular
pushback
season.
though. Let me offer some pushback though on that. I'll play devil's advocate
Okay.
because to a degree, right? It's easy to say give us a chance, right? Or give yourself a chance because you know you want to win and today's NBA, this, that, and the third, right? But what often gets overlooked, especially with trade deadlines coming up, these dudes have families, right? So I think I would argue, I would think, I would guess, I don't know anyone personally. I would think that a lot of the reason why, you know, Bradley Beal, Dame, like those level of guys are very against being traded just because that really changes everything in their family's life in the sense of like now you gotta, you know, move your kids, you gotta move your wife, or then you get put in a position where it's like, okay, um, I'ma move and get an apartment wherever I'm playing, but y'all gonna stay here and now I'm separated from my family and like not saying that I mean, obviously, we're talking about family, so that's obviously above
Yeah.
basketball. But I'm saying that I could understand someone, a player, being on that level and just being like, you know, yeah, I want to win, but in order for me to, at least in today's NBA, to put myself in position to win, I got to give up more than I really am willing to give up. In the sense of I'd have to, you know, make all these moves with my family, my kids, figure out all this storage room, this and school system and all that.
That's cool. I don't know if I'm necessarily like it could be a factor. I don't know if I'm necessarily buying all that, but you definitely have a point. But for me, I feel like just the bigger picture is way more bigger than that. And I
Yeah.
feel like even those the wives, the family, I feel like they kind of understand too, especially when you're at those levels. I'm talking about the names like they
Mhm.
know like okay, if I have to buzz move, I have to buzz move. Not saying that okay, they're the breadwinner, whatever they say goes, because their opinion is just as much as important. But like,
Yeah. And I agree with that. But
yeah,
I
I feel
also
like
would say in terms of, you know, you have to be a like once in a generational type of player for a organization to even look at you as we're never moving you.
yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Cuz like I think even the threshold for that type of player has changed and a lot of that has to do with what Braun did. But when you look at Kobe, when you look at Tim Duncan, when you look at um what other players that have just kind of stayed? Dwayne Wade, like you had to be out the gate pretty much a
Like,
Hall of Famer. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? For the team to just be like, all right, like you will never
we
have to
ain't
worry
never
about trade deadlines. Like
yeah,
never. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because we got you. But I think now in today's NBA, like you said, because there's so much power in players' hands and stuff like that, I think it forces teams to also be like, well, ain't nobody untouchable unless you are like, you know, one of them.
yeah,
Because it
yeah.
makes me think about even my Celtics. I don't know if Jason Tatum's untouchable.
All those, all I'm telling you now, everyone in the Celtics organization, they're
Yeah,
me personally.
and
I think
right. But I'm saying
Jason
when you think
Tatum,
about it though,
yeah,
think about that
yeah,
though,
everyone's
in
moving.
terms of today's NBA, because I think if you put Jason Tatum back, what Kobe got drafted in '96, so like around like that '95 to 2001, 2003 range,
Yeah,
Jason Tatum isn't going anywhere.
nah,
Like,
nah,
you know what I'm saying? Like a player like Jason Tatum, like that's a lifer. Like you're in the war room and you're talking to the GM and everybody and you're saying, "Hey, he's a lifer. We're not moving him ever."
no,
Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but think about that. Like that's crazy. Like a guy like Jason Tatum, like if the right deal comes along, like you'll actually entertain it. Like that's
yeah,
crazy, honestly. When you really think about that. But that goes into another conversation though, from a player's perspective. Like, how do how do different players like rank what their priorities are, right? In the sense of like,
Mhm.
well, is it for money? Is it for comfort of just for the family? Is it, because you actually want to win? Like, how important does win? Because I honestly, even now having this conversation, I can see how winning a ring and all that might not be,
Bro,
you
that
know,
important, and I completely understand, like, bro, if you don't want a ring, it's cool, but, like, my problem comes with, like, especially maybe the dames, he's like, "Bro, I'm always trying to win, like, of course I'm trying to compete for a championship, or I'm trying to do this," like, he's prioritized that, so I know for a fact that's something he wants to do, and it's
hmm
just uh, like, with other players and stuff, like a Melo or something, like, "Bro, get your bag when Melo took that back from New York," like
oh yeah, 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 yeah.
we knew it was curtains, but he still had opportunity to maybe do a little bit. I don't know what, but like you know certain deals or just certain amount of numbers. It's just like
Mhm.
okay, this is life changing. I gotta cash in on this. Cool, but don't don't be like okay, this is but I really wanna know. You know you could really do something somewhere else. Just say you want to cash in on the money. That's
Right.
cool. Like
So
I mean,
pretty
it's
much
not
you're
my
saying
business, but
you
me
would
as a
rather,
fan,
yeah, you would rather
yeah,
players just like keep it a bean, like, all right, like, fam, I'm here to get paid. Like, I'm
not
all that
necessarily
championship
keep it a
stuff.
bean because they can't keep it a bean to
Well,
the
you can't
public,
keep it
let's be
like
honest,
a
but
thousand,
but,
but
like but, like, come on now, like, yeah, don't
if
paint us a false narrative, that's all.
got you. So like pretty much
Yeah.
if you're saying if a guy is really just in it for the money, don't be in every press conference and this, that, and the third talking
Yeah,
about some, oh, I just won a championship so bad and this, that, and
you know
like,
what I'm saying?
I'm with that. I'm in agreement with
Yeah,
that. I'm in agreement with that.
that's it.
Nothing wrong with
Like,
that.
everyone else is cool, I have no problem, get your bag, right?
Yeah, no, look, I as players, I certainly understand. Get your bread. No problem with it.
They
Cause
still paying Westbrook, like, 44 mil a year, just what?
man, any
Like, Chris Paul's still getting 39 a year, get your bread, it's
good
cool.
for Chris Paul.
Like, what are
Chris
we
Paul
talking
is,
about here?
I know I'm probably counting pockets right now, but these dudes is making well over 50 million a year. Plus like the plus endorsements. Good for
Oh,
them. Good for these gentlemen. That's awesome.
uh,
Round of
it is.
applause.
Good for these
Round of
black
applause
gentlemen,
for the
man.
bag. Round of applause. That's impressive. That's
Beg
impressive.
different.
Yeah, yeah, no, you gotta go ahead and get it. But also that that made me think of do you see that Stephen A thing about Kobe when Kobe passed the anniversary with that little video where he was
Nah,
basically like taking shots? Oh, dog.
he's
Hold
taking
on.
a shot at who?
I'm gonna play the video, bro. I'm gonna play it so you
At
can.
Kobe?
Nah, it wasn't at Kobe. It was like talking about Kobe, but it was like bringing up like current players, like and how like Kobe would never like that. That wasn't Kobe. Something like that, bro. Let me find it. I'm gonna play it. But it was honestly nasty work. I have to admit, it was nasty. I'm gonna find this here on my Twitter.
Yeah, Stephen A. is always. I just can't watch him. I don't
Yeah,
know at what point where he just switched over to this, not coonery, but just like,
it's
okay, your takes
coonery.
are. No, it's not
Oh,
coonery, but your takes are just out. Like they're not making no sense. You look stupid. That's all.
yeah,
I
no,
don't know if I would go as
no,
far as coonery, but like he's not for the people. Definitely
yeah,
not.
bro. It's sad, bro. I ain't like that. I ain't like it
Yeah.
one bit. Where is this whole at, bro? Um, is this it? Hold on.
No, take your time, bro. I'm gonna just cut this out and
All
jump
right,
to
but
it whenever you. So don't even worry about it.
nope, that one it. Hold up. Yeah, I'm about to say. 'Cause I know. Oh yeah, I found it. But hold on real quick. Who's my mother? All right, I found it.
Uh,
Hold on. All right, and we're back. I finally found the video, and here we go.
Focused on whatever task is at hand. Players missing games for reasons having nothing to do with injury. That was not Kobe Bryant. Players collecting paychecks without regards to regular season participation. That was not Kobe Bryant. Players prioritizing any and everything but championships. That was not Kobe Bryant.
Dog. That is
Hey, yo,
disgusting.
this is nasty
Now
work.
keep in
This
mind,
is the
while
this is the
while the video's
definition of
playing,
nasty.
oh my god, bro, while it's playing, you got photos of like Kawhi walking, you got photos of Kyrie, you have a Ben Simmons jersey. Nasty work, bro.
On
Nasty
on
work,
the anniversary, bro, you can't link the two. That's nasty, bro. You gotta oh my god. No, that's OC Matt nasty. He linked Kobe Bryant, did a whole tribute, try to praise Kobe Bryant, but at the same time downing three other players.
yeah,
Yo, where
disgusting,
where has this ESPN news broadcast media taken us? Like,
bro.
yo, no, that's that's hilarious, but at the same time, it's so cringe. 'Cause, like, bro, this is a day we're supposed to be like reminiscing, celebrating the life of one of the greatest basketball players ever. But
Right,
your whole sentiment is dogging other people at the same time. Like, bro, get
yeah.
out of here with that, man. That's coonery work. That's coonery
That
work, bro.
OD coon work, bro. But
And I don't care what no one says. Like, if he's seen these people face raising for, he's not keeping the same energy. I don't care how much
oh
he
nah,
always says it. I'll tell him straight to his face, dude. Bro, he's not. If he's seeing Kyrie, he's not keeping the same energy.
yeah.
If I was Kyrie, I'd smack the shit out of him if I seen him, bro.
Oh, what?
Dog, stop playing
No,
with me.
I
Stop
would
playing
forever
with
have
me.
smoke with him. Just over the whole vaccine stuff and all that. Nah, I
Playing
would
with me,
always
yo.
have smoke for him. No, it's
You
up for
gotta
him.
see these fans, bro.
Yeah, yeah. But off of
And
that,
I ain't playing tomorrow. Now what?
right now, I'm really making my points. That's sick. But getting off that, man, I was talking with my mom and she gave me like a compliment or something like that. And I was like, "Oh, yeah, thanks." And it made me think like how as athletes we're not good at like taking compliments. Or at least I don't I'm not
Yeah,
I'm not good at it. But it made me wonder like is that because of like my life as an athlete? Just because when you do something good in athletics, when when you read the play the right way, when you run the right play, when you box out, when you do whatever, when you do the right thing, like it's just expected. So
you're
it's not
supposed to
like,
do it.
yeah, like
Yeah.
that's what you're supposed to do. And like you're just used to like the criticisms. Like if you don't do something right, you're used to the getting yelled at. You're used to the getting pulled to the side. So where it's just a norm. So it's like when you do something good that could be great, like you could do something absolutely great, but you're just
Yeah.
like, nah, like that's what I'm supposed to do. That's a part of the job. So I
Mhm.
wanted to ask you, like, do you have that same type of experience? Like, how do you handle like taking compliments and stuff like
I
that?
never thought of it like how you just put it. That's a great way to put it. Me handling compliments, I sort of just accept them and go. Like I don't get too high or too low. Maybe it's because of that, but just maybe just that's me at how I am. Like how you just said, like an athlete, like bro, where we operate on such a high level where it's just like, oh, good job. Be like, yeah, no, or whatever, whatever. Like sometimes we all really don't stop. Not even just basketball compliments, but just in the real life to really
Yeah.
like, thank you. Like I appreciate it. Or really like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So no,
Mm-hmm.
that was definitely a great point because for me, like not saying that I don't take compliments well, but it's like, okay, like I could be doing better, like, or I think I could always be doing something. So for you
Yeah. Yeah.
saying, "Yo, good job," but no, I really see you. Just like my mind's thinking, I'm even failing, or I need to go 10 times harder. So it's sort of like
Right.
brush to the side. Like, yeah, that's
A
how I be
thousand
feeling.
percent. And that's what it is for me. It's just like, all right, cool. Like it really should have been done 10 times better. Like I really should have
Yeah,
did
you know what I'm saying? Like I
yeah, like
really should have been
literally
done that, but
right. Right, right. Like I was supposed to have
yeah,
this done a week ago. Like this ain't what? Good job. Yeah, literally. And it made me
it might
just
just be an athlete
bro,
thing, man.
it's wild just like how those small little things like they program us. Cause like you said, it's obviously happens in the sports world. It happens in practice, happens in games, all that, but just how it applies to this like outside life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like your girl may give you a compliment, like, oh, thank you for getting me this. Oh, thank you for and you just like, that's me, I'm your boyfriend. That's what I'm supposed to do. I'm your man. Like, duh. Like that's not like you know what I'm saying. But you like always looking for her to start yelling at you. You're always looking for her to you know what I'm saying tell you what you should have did better because like that's what you want. Like I'm saying that's what you want to hear, but
So yeah,
you
programs
know
right.
you internalize that faster as opposed to you know a compliment or something like that. Like it's interesting, bro. Yeah, I was just a little nugget. I feel like I wanted to get your thoughts on it because it's all like you said. This basketball is a game of life, and I've always
Yeah,
stood on that. Like anything that you, excuse me, any portion of the game can be applied to real life, and that's just one of them. Because there's definitely more, but
there's too much other intricate stuff that just like you just see it or just notice it. Like yeah, like it's such a system to where it's like when you're outside of it and you're operating, whether it be like the workforce or you as an entrepreneur or whatever the case may be, like you'll see certain stuff being brought out just because of your whole like
oh
basketball
yeah,
life cycle. You know what I'm saying?
oh my god, bro,
It's
literally.
crazy.
But
It's
fam,
crazy.
I honestly, and you know what? Because you mentioned it, like as an entrepreneur, for me, bro, I literally try to structure everything like it is like a program. Like I try to structure everything like it is like a team, just because that's just what I know. Like it's
Oh
like you know what I'm saying. Like I don't, I'm not corporate. I'm not, you know,
Mm,
all
we
that.
work on the fly. We make adjustments. We plug in, plug out
Yeah, yeah,
here.
yeah. It's like,
Yeah,
yo, this is what we're trying to
sometimes,
do. These the plays. Like this is what everybody good at. Like, all right, bet. Like y'all
yeah,
rock out. Like I don't need to be, you know, CCing people on emails and doing all like I don't, fam. I don't be doing all that corporate stuff. I really don't.
freshman.
Oh
You
yeah,
gotta hold
freshman.
hands.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah, yeah. But it's just
I know, I feel
it's
you.
you know it's just literally my life as an athlete has kind of fueled my ability to structure things in my case with Craft Your Dream.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? In terms of just how I
yeah,
operate it, in terms of how I manage it, like with the people and stuff like that. Like I treat them all like I treat my entire team like teammates. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't,
think
yeah, like
for
that's
me,
the best way.
that's the same thing. Like I work, whether it's anything, I operate the best in structure. You lay it out, boom, boom, boom. Whatever it is, like friendships, relation, what we need to do, or work, whatever it is, you lay it down and show me visually and what I need to do.
Hmm.
Deadlines, everything. I'm gonna get it done. Like I work well like that. Like I need like the structure is like yeah,
Yeah, bro. It's the easiest way because we used to, you know what I'm saying, 6:30 weights, 8 o'clock individual,
yeah.
10 to 1 classes, 3 o'clock
Facts.
afternoon practice. You may stay and shoot after, depending on how you're feeling. Recovery. Like, and that's the cycle. And we just used to, you know what I'm saying? We're used to getting our schedules a week in advance. We're used to kind of already knowing where things are coming from, who we need to go to, who's to use as a resource. Like, just used to that. So it's truly like conditioned us to maneuver a certain way. So I'm with you, bro. I need structure. I need structure in my life. I need it.
Yeah,
Like, that's one thing. Like I give complete like freedom to my team to work however y'all want to work because I like freedom when I work, but I still need to know like, all right, what needs to get done this
done
week?
today.
What needs to
Yeah,
get done today? Like what needs to get done within this next hour? Like whatever it
facts.
is. So that's definitely what it is for that. But you know, I don't really got much else. Oh, we gotta talk about this trash behind slam dunk competition lineup. You cannot defend this, Denzel.
Hey, hey, whoa, because now you're switching topics. You see what you're trying to do, bro? Because in pre-production or when we were having a conversation, we were just comparing the dunk contest to 3-point contest. Now you're saying the lineup's trash,
The
which
lineup
I'm,
is trash.
I'm not mad at. You, we have two good people in the lineup, in my opinion. You
I
have
agree. Yes.
Green and you got Toby. Like they could go out and probably do any dunk you think of. But the rest of the two, you have Cam Reddish.
Mm-hmm.
He's not really a dunker. He's just a
Oh, not
great.
Cam Reddish. Who you talking about? You talking about
Not Cam Reddish. I mean, what's his name? What's his name
oh,
from
Cole
Orlando?
Anthony?
Cole
Cole
Anthony. That's,
Anthony. Yeah.
you got Cole Anthony and the dude from one of the
Uh
light skinned dudes from
Juan Toscano Anderson.
Yeah.
Fam, listen.
He
The
said it's
reason why I'm
trash.
saying this is trash, like, I agree with you. 2 out of these 4, not bad. I like them.
Banger.
But if you're only 50% for the whole group.
Hey, no, pause. Because with things like this, it's not fair. Like you only have a certain amount of people you could pick, and obviously the people that we want to see in the dunk contest, they never want to do it. So we have to pick from a pool where people who want to do it. So the pool is not like we know who we want to see. We know we want to see the John Morants in here. We've been begging him for the past 2 years to do, but he
Yeah.
doesn't want to do it. When LeBron said he's going to do it, then he reneged.
Well, yeah,
Like we want to see
kinda
the
cut line.
we want to see the high level players, but they scared of the moment. So we have to pick the best that we can, and this was the best that they can. So matter of fact, I don't blame the NBA because the people who we want to see, they don't want to do it. So what can we do? We have no other choice.
You know what? That's not a
We
bad
have we have no other
right.
choice,
You're right. This is still a bad list, but you're right.
man.
So it's not. Let me not say it's a bad list. It's just a bad pool of players to choose from.
Hey, I'm excited to see what Piscotto, whatever his name is from the Warriors, and my dude from the Orlando prove me wrong and see what they come up with their bag of tricks. Because they have everyone in the world just like you thinking the same thing, but watch them come up with some fire. I'm speaking it now. I'm saying it now. Because obviously they know they're
Yeah.
not the best, but they gonna work on it. Why? Because this could be a life changing moment for both of them. They're not the high toted players, they're regular players. This could be, oh, who's that? Boom. They,
See,
they
I
gonna
I
be
take
ready. I tell
this.
you that much.
I take
They
I
gonna be
take this
ready.
lineup in a completely different manner. I my focus in this lineup is Jalen Green
Oh, for sure.
because Jalen Green has had the machine that is the NBA behind him since he entered the G League program. And like I think this is just another one of those things that they're trying to just like push him. Like the
For
same
sure.
reason why Giannis won like MVP 2 years in a row. Like
Yeah,
whatever that machine is, that's what I see is pushing this kid.
mm,
And that's not to and this is no way to say like he can't hoop. There's no way he's not saying he can't dunk. Like I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying that when I see this list, it just proves to me this kid has a machine behind him to like make him a star in the future of the NBA. Like he's
I think you're looking too deep in that. I think he's one of the most athletic athletes in
no,
the NBA. He's young.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, but I'm saying you just the branding of it just
Branding.
screams, "Yo, this guy's gonna be a star." Like I bet you, I we bet bread on this. I bet you that they are going to say future star of the league or something of that nature when he's up at least 10 times
Mm.
during the entire dunk contest. And you know they're going to be like, and we got Jalen Green, who's going to be a future star of the Houston Rockets in the NBA. Well, look out for him for a long, long time. They're going to say something
That's
like
what
that.
Kenny Smith about to say.
Yeah, like you know that's what they're going to say. Like he's going to do a dunk, be like, man, that guy, he's really can jump out of the gym. Like he's really going to be a star in the NBA. Like give him another year or two to develop. He's going to be a real star. Like you see, like for me, I looked at deep because you see the play, you see it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
yeah,
if you watch a
yeah.
Rockets game, that's all you hear about. Jalen Green, future of the NBA, G League, Ignite. Oh my goodness, this guy's gonna be amazing in 3 years. Like, and that's not even saying he's not going to be, but you could just see the business is behind him.
Yeah,
Do
just
it.
like just a thought, like just because you're doing like the whole announcer thing, what the NBA All Star Weekend needs to do, we need the Charlotte announcers to announce all
Oh
weekend.
yeah, they're
That
amazing.
would be amazing. That would be so
They
amazing.
are they are amazing. Yeah, they definitely need to get
Them
there.
boys are
They
different.
are comedy, bruh. I
And
would like
shout
that.
out to Melo. I think he's an All Star, right?
Is
He's an
he?
All Star. I think. Did I see he was
Hello?
an All Star?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. I may be wrong, but I thought I seen on Twitter. I don't know if they announced him. I may be completely wrong, but
Let me check.
I thought they announced him. Maybe not, but I don't
Mm,
know if they announced everyone yet. But yeah, he might
what the-
be. Shoot.
let me check. That would be something, honestly, if he made it. Wow. Um,
Nah.
Let's see. I'm trying to look at East. Where's the? Oh, I don't
Is it
think.
a
Okay.
full reserve list or not?
Nah, I haven't seen. I'm only seeing the starters. I'm not seeing the reserves.
Okay, I'm bugging. They ain't announced it yet. Yeah, but I thought they did. But
Okay.
it's all right.
It
But if
says
he does, that'd be
February
tough.
3rd. What day? Oh yeah. So they're announcing the reserves tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're announcing the reserves tomorrow. So um,
That dude from Cleveland was Darius Garland. He
yeah.
needs to be. Oh my God,
Oh no,
he
he's a
needs to
problem.
be awesome.
He's a problem. He's
And
very.
it's crazy because as soon as what's his name got hurt, Sexton got hurt, he
Mhm.
finally had like room to grow and evolve into because they've always had him out of college like bro, he's one of the ones.
Oh yeah,
But
no, that's facts. Because he didn't even play at Vandy, did he? I don't think he didn't. He never even played there for
I
whatever
think he
reason.
played. I want to say he played like maybe the first quarter he got hurt or something like that.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Played
You're right.
like a
You're right.
couple, yeah.
Yeah,
But he didn't play like the whole season. No, he missed like majority of it. But yeah,
yeah.
he's
I
still
think,
gonna
but
be
I
one of
think
the
it
ones.
was like because he was like high on boards or whatever. So he was just like, all right, I'm out. Like I'm not. I ain't mad at
He
him either.
wasn't ready to play.
Clearly worked out for him. So that's real. That's real. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's all I got for topics, bro. You got anything else?
Nah, man, just shout out Andrew Wiggins again. Shout out Canada basketball. We going to the top. The next 20 years, you know, we gonna take over the Americans and everything like that. But we here, our time is now,
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
and that's
whoa,
all I gotta say.
whoa. I'm gonna argue that in another episode because absolutely not. Absolutely not. So round of applause for another episode. We appreciate you for looking and listening to the great episode of the 2 Point Podcast. Man, this is great. It's a good episode.
Yes,
Good episode. But
great.
appreciate you guys. See you all next week. Always remember your jump shot isn't broke. You just need to use more legs. He's not cheating. He's just in the gym getting in some extra shots. And pay attention to what a coach is saying, not how a coach is saying it. There we go. Those are my gems for
Come on,
the
man.
episode.
Screw that. Pipe down. Tone your tone down, coaches. Tired of it. On that note, we out, man.
On that note, we out. See you all next week.